This is Stacia, and we're going to do a little bit of Chessable training. I haven't done much of this lately, so I figured I have some tournaments coming up, so let's review my opening lines and some key ideas. I actually just made a new section in my winter training where I pulled out what I kind of ran through my opening lines and pulled out the most important ones, and I pulled it into a separate chapter, which I'm calling my opening repertoire star lines. So we're going to do the star lines because these lines are critical, you know, like I need to know this stuff. So let's go ahead and go through some of it. So first of all, I made a huge blunder at the Ohio Congress last year in the Evans Gambit right in the opening, and it's very difficult to see over the board. I mean, so it's just something you have to know, I think, as you'll see in a second. So yeah, so I played e5. So I don't remember if I'm supposed to play the blunder or not. I think I am, and this line is going to show us why this is a blunder. So I thought I was winning with this move in the game. I believe I played e5, and the idea behind this was that after knight takes, and queen takes, okay, we don't have rook e1 because that's unprotected. It was just take it, and we'd have to play bishop f1. Very sad. But instead, my idea here was that we've drawn the queen away from the f7 square, so I wanted to play bishop takes f7 check. And I thought after king f8, I thought this is just great. Like even after king f8, we have pawn takes d4, which is tempo on the queen. And then I thought the queen would take and bishop e2. And I stopped my calculation there because I thought this is just great. I'm almost fully developed, and I think I'm just winning. Turns out that's not true, which is kind of amazing. So let's go through it. So takes, we're drawing the queen away. We're going to take on f7 now. King f8. I mean, it's really hard not to play this move. Frees up the square for the knight, and it's tempo on the queen. And if they take, we have bishop b2, tempo on the queen. But it turns out that I needed to be a little bit more mindful of this bishop on f7, which is a little vulnerable, right? Because it's protected by the queen. So the problem with bishop b2, yeah, actually, you'll see. We have to go through it. Yeah, so we'll just look at it like this. I guess bishop e2 is a blunder. Oh, because bishop c4 is actually better. We don't care about our rook, which is, of course, kind of hilarious. I don't think I can move the pieces on this page, so I'll pull it up. Yeah, like here, I played bishop e2 in the game. Yeah, and this queen b6 move. I mean, after my opponent played queen b6, I was like, huh. Because I don't think I want to trade queens, first of all. But I really don't have a choice, because how else do I save my bishop? I can't really move away. You know, it's pinned. So, yeah, it's just a vulnerable position, surprisingly. Yeah, I mean, computer likes knight c3. I probably should have played this in the game. I wasn't sure about this either, though. I thought if they do take, I'll take. But look at these pawns now. I mean, it's a 4 versus 1. It's a 4 versus 1. So, I mean, not exactly what I was hoping for in the opening. So, actually, bishop e2 is actually a mistake, as natural as it looks. That queen b6 response is a problem, and it has to do with this bishop being vulnerable and only protected by the queen. So instead, we can play bishop c4. So this is a key idea I need to remember, because now they cannot really take the rook, because guess what? We have bishop e2, and this should be, I guess, winning. I mean, I would call it winning, but computer seems to think black still has compensation with their 4-1 on the queen side. So okay, so that is why I didn't really like this whole line, but maybe it is okay actually. No, it's actually not. So let's try to understand it a little bit further, because I really want to make sure I understand this. Yeah, I put this is a losing position I got in round 4. We can't avoid the queen trade. I went on to lose this game, although I missed a couple drawing chances. Yeah. I do recall the game. Okay, but one last thing. So is this actually a blunder then? That's what I want to know. I think so. But what am I missing in here? I feel like there's something critical. So they take. We take. Yeah, bishop takes f7. King f8. Okay, it's still the same line. So I guess bishop e2 now is a little better. Because if here and here. So I thought here's where we have to play bishop c4. The engine on Chessable is like, oh, because they don't have to take the rook. That's the main point. That's what I was missing. They don't have to take the rook here. They can play d5. Okay. Yeah, so, okay. Let's go to the next one. But I like to really understand what I'm studying when I do Chessable. I don't think running through lines blindly is helpful, because I've done that. Like, I've ran through all my lines real quick. But then when the positions happen on the actual board, I still don't know what I'm doing. So I think it's better to really know what we're doing. Okay, so let's do the next one though. I did not put this in the star line, so I guess we have to go right back to it. Okay, no problem though. Okay, so there's another version of this Evans Gambit. I think there's 5 of them. So what I actually should play is this. I just have this memorized. But then black has several responses. So like, I think bishop b6 is a good one. There's also knight takes e4 has to be analyzed. What else? Castles has to be analyzed. Maybe even d6, maybe. So, okay. So this one is knight takes e4. We don't have rook e1 because the bishop is actually guarding that, so that's a problem. So what should we do here? Good question. I don't exactly recall. So we're gonna have to figure it out. So what would I play here? I would consider queen c2, I think. There's no d5, so that looks like maybe a move. What else could we consider? Knight c3? No, that just blunders. I think it blunders. Knight c3, knight takes, rook e1. Queen takes, knight takes. But then they have discoveries. That doesn't seem right. Bishop a3 could be a move. d6. Yeah, what do we do? I kind of want to just attack that knight. That's what I want to do. Well, good thing I'm looking at this because I truly don't remember what's going on here. I mean, can we just go bishop d3? Is that a move? Seems like a waste of time to me. Wow, I do not know. It's bishop a3. So I guess we want to provoke d6, but why? Why are we doing this? Oh, I think I know why. I haven't looked at Evans Gambit for a while. I haven't even been playing it in Blitz. I think d5 now, because we're kicking away the knight. We get this fork. So I think that's our idea here. And once that bishop's gone, then rook e1 is a threat. So, yeah, d5. Okay, I don't think this line's so simple, though, if I recall. Because black gets a lot of counterplay, surprisingly. But I definitely want to take that. Okay, now we're going to win that bishop. Now, do I want to do queen a4 or queen b5? Probably doesn't matter. Oh, I'm missing something here. Oh, yeah, the rook's hanging. I should probably see that. Pay attention. Let's go bishop e2 first to protect that rook. I'm wondering if we can trap the queen again, though. Okay, here, now we can get the fork. Okay. So, yeah, I didn't remember this. So we're provoking d6. The idea is provoke d6 and then go d5, and we have this threat of queen a4 check. And after that, you're just working it out. But that's the main idea that I didn't get here. So I'm wondering if we can play that same thing, though. Try to trap the queen in this line. I just want to look at it real quick. Like, what if we do play? Oh, it's not going to work because we want to use the queen to win that bishop. Then b2 won't be protected. But I mean, can I? And I don't have rook e1, and I don't really have any other useful moves. I mean, yeah, I don't think I have any useful moves at all. I'll just play this. Like, what happens if they take the rook? Yeah, we can trap them again, but they, like, even this, like, black's a little better. They have compensation for this queen sacrifice. Just, yeah, I mean, like, I feel like there's a lot of lines like this in Evans Gambit where the lines look really good, you're winning material and stuff, and then, like, black has this, like, lashback on you, and a lot of pawns, too. And a lot of times, it's just like a game still. It's still like equalish. And it's one thing I don't like about Evans Gambit, I'll say that. But it does teach me a lot about chess, so. Okay, let's go back into our lines and do number 3. So this one's iffy castle. So we're going to play our new move, which is not that new for me. But c takes d4. And now we're going to look at what if black just castles here. Because we looked at this, knight takes e4, which is critical. Then we also have to look at bishop b6, because that is a very good move, which I'll show you. I'm sure it's one of the lines. If they castle, we have the snowplow, I think. Probably we can go e5 now. I think I like e5 because that knight doesn't have any good squares. So like e5 and knight g4, and then I mean h3 might be a move there. I think it's probably a lot of moves, but let's play it. Okay, that was right. Oh, okay, so they go knight e8 is the best move. I'm tempted to go bishop g5. Ooh, yeah. Like, why not? They can't play f6. Maybe they can go queen b4, though. Maybe they can go queen b4. Well, what else can we do? Knight c3 makes sense to me. Bishop a3 actually, I like bishop a3. Maybe they can block with stuff, though. Again, I'm going to try knight c3. No, it's not that. It's not bishop a3. We're going to have to see why those moves aren't right. They just looked so natural to me. Could it be this? It is this. So we're allowing queen b5, queen b4. Okay, I didn't really consider that. Oh, I think I know why. I think we're just going to simply move the queen away now to d3. Because then knight g5 is going to be a worry for them. Yeah, got to keep protecting the bishop. Queen d3. Oh, yeah, this is why I put this line in here. Because now we let them have the bishop. It's kind of funny. We just develop. And now if they take the bishop, this knight takes g5 is actually like just killer. It's just like killer. So, yeah. See, I think at least having these ideas in your head during a real game is important, because then you can work it out, because the positions might be slightly different, but having ideas is important, I think. But this is sort of lazier training in my mind, because I'm not fully calculating stuff. I'm not just running through lines, though, either. I am trying to figure it out. Like, I saw queen before, I just didn't realize we could just move the queen. And then the way that line went, it's pretty interesting, isn't it? So c takes d4, x glam. Sorry if the screen's a little weird today. If knight e4, the knight is trapped. Yeah, I didn't even look at that. I should have looked at that too. But the knight is trapped. Makes sense. That's because we have that pawn center, you know? The pawn center is just so good. So, I mean, this is kind of why it's all working. And the bishop on c4 is awesome. Yeah, and I just love this idea of just developing here. And then here, yeah, it's mate in 4, if you can believe that. So I think I could figure that out. I hope. I mean, if g6, we have queen takes g6 check. So, I mean, already you can see the black's in major, major trouble. They're going to have to... I mean, I guess, yeah, it's mate in 4, though. Okay, let's get back to our next one, though. Try to stay on track here. It's kind of annoying I have to keep going back like this, but... Okay, we have 2 more of these Evans Gambits. Now, bishop e6. Yeah, this move, if you play Evans Gambit with white or black, you have to know about this idea. This idea of bishop e6, which you're about to see, there's like 3 ideas with this that I can see. Number 1 is black's attacking our center pawn on d4. That's number 1, and that's the most straightforward thing about it. Number 2 is that you're freeing up the square for knight a5, which is pretty annoying for white. White doesn't want to give up that light square attacking bishop. It's kind of important. Sometimes you can and be fine, but you don't really want to. And the third idea to watch out for is this queen b4 idea, which attacks the bishop and threatens to trade queens. It's also something you don't want to do. So on bishop e6, we need to know what we're doing. So what am I doing? Good question. I mean, bishop e3 doesn't feel right to me. Because don't forget that e4 is under attack as well. But we might have rook e1. If knight g5, they can just castle, I think. So, is bishop a3 a move? d6. Can we go e5 there? The d6 pawn is pinned, but they might be able to go knight e4. Pretty interesting. That might be the move. Oh my gosh, I remember what move the computer gave me. It's queen d1, which is pretty fascinating, which is why I put this in here. Because on queen d1, it just stops all the threats. Just kind of funny. It stops knight a5, it guards the pawn, it stops queen b4, it just stops everything. But Calvin Blocker hated this move. But I bet if he looked at it further, it would probably check out. I mean, it's an engine move, so how bad could it be? But I do understand that it's not in the spirit of the position necessarily. But I like that it guards all the threats. And then if black castles, what would we do? How do we continue? I mean, I probably just want to go knight c3 or... I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of moves you could play, but... I don't know. I just want to see it. Oh, push the e-pawn. And that's it? Okay. So... yeah, I gave queen d1, and then we can go e5. Evans Gambit is like extremely complicated though. I mean, I understand some of these lines a little bit, but I don't understand them fully at all. Like when you look at these, it's just so difficult. Like I actually want to pull up Lee Chess for a second, okay? Yeah, you can see my notes on the 3 threats. So I have this Chess Vision thing. What the heck? It put a white king on a5. What? Why did it do that? It thought the yellow square was a king? Is everything else right? It's kind of funny. Okay, that's good. Okay, and you can pull these right into Lee Chess, which the engine's a little stronger. Oh, and I have this cool like 3D thing going on. Okay, so let's just analyze with the engine for a second because I want to understand some of those other moves I mentioned. So we said queen d1, but I thought here, let's see. So if they go knight a5 now, I was thinking bishop d3, which is a move. but computer says e5 is strong. So I think queen d1 like sets up e5 in a lot of ways. I just don't fully understand why. Well, I can see that knight's awkward. And if knight e4, does he get trapped again? I think so. He looks trapped. Yeah, just bishop d3, he's trapped. Okay, so that move doesn't work because e5. But what if he goes here? We throw in this tempo move. If they go d6, we can take that. They're in serious trouble because we're threatening rook e1 and stuff. So they actually have to go queen d8. Looks like is a better move, but white's winning. Yeah, and this is an idea. Sometimes you can just improve your development, let them capture here, and take with a knight. This position looks pretty overwhelming, I must say. I think I'd be pretty good with this one. Okay. But I also wanted to see... Yeah, this is protected. And yeah, knight takes c4 looks insane. Like, if they try this, just rook e1. Yeah. There's no d5, right? We just take that. That's like killer, so that's not a concern at all. Yeah, so I guess castle and... Yeah, and it's just a position though, see? Like e5 is the top engine move, and it's fine, but you can also play knight c3. Bishop a3 is not recommended, probably because they go d6, and this is useful. And now our bishop's kind of like just blocked. So you do have to watch out for this in Evans Gambit. Michael Jolson told me one time that if you, that bishop a3 should usually be like way more crushing when you play it. Like you usually don't play it when black can just go d6 unless you have a very strong follow-up. So, okay, I think we've seen a little bit. So, okay, because I may play Evans Gambit in these tournament games coming up. Probably will see it. So I'm glad that we're looking at these, but now let's get our last Evans Gambit line. Yeah, this is an alternative to d5 trying to win the knight. Because I'd like to understand multiple ideas. So we're definitely going to take, this is the repertoire move. Remember that e5 was actually, went into that first line that was not good that I played in the Congress. So we got to play here. Okay, knight takes e4, and so here is where we were playing d5 and stuff. So what's another idea? What's the other idea? Oh, it is d5. I remember the idea. The idea is we're playing d5, this time not to get the fork. But when the knight comes to e5, it blocks the defense of this knight, and I think we can try to win it. Was that the move? Oh, that's not even the move? So what? I go bishop a3 first and provoke d6. Okay, that's probably important. I really don't remember. I thought d5. So this, we're not playing d5. Okay. So what am I doing then? Could it be bishop b5? No. I don't know. Bishop d3. I think bishop d3. So here was the point. Now when we go d5, this knight cannot come to e5 because then we win material. I think that's the point. So it forces that knight back. It's kind of a cool idea. And now I would love to play rook e1, but I can't do it. But so what do we do now? What am I doing now? I'm looking for a move. I mean, do we take it and draw the queen out, or... I don't know. Queen move. It's a fork. Those two pieces are loose now. Yeah. Okay, but then they have this desperado, which is actually annoying because it's attacking our bishop. Probably going to take that. Yeah, and as usual, black gets counterplay. So annoying. So I guess, what do we do here? I think I want to go queen c2 and protect that rook. Yeah, that was right. Okay. Yeah, Evans Gambit is tough. I don't know. I feel like I've looked at it for a long time. I still don't really understand it very well, unfortunately. But I just need to understand it better than my opponents. So we're all going to be swimming in these waters, right? But it's difficult to play as white, I'm not going to lie. So what do we do here again? I already forgot. I think we... play here. How am I forgetting this? Is it d5 here? Oh no, we want a d6, I think. Yeah, we want to provoke d6. Yeah. This move just feels kind of slow to me. It's weird, so I really don't understand this very well. Okay, but I understand this. I understand a fork. So we actually provoke d6. Then the knight... Now we play here. I guess we're still threatening d5. I think the point is we're still threatening d5 there. Okay, let's review it real quick. So this is that first line with knight takes e4, and this is a different idea we can play. With bishop a3, provoking d6, and then bishop d3. I mean, I want to put like exclam for that move because it looks like a good move. So instead of d5, we can play like this. We allow black to castle, but d5 will attack the knight and create issues. So they castle, and yeah, knight b8, like I was saying, has to be played, and then we get this fork. But then they have this rook takes, bishop b6, queen c2. And this is slightly better for white, but we have full compensation. Yeah, that's tough though. So, okay, I think we'll probably stop here. I'll make a separate video on the next ones. I don't know why it's not coming up now. Come on. Okay, there it goes. So as you can see, there's Evans Gambit. Then I've got this French Terrace, some Italian stuff, Molar Attack. Mora is probably very important for me. I don't want to fall into this trap line, that's why it's in there. Pan of Attack. I had this in a tournament game. I know this is a nice reminder though. Like, this is important, you guys. Sometimes it feels like, oh, I've got to study my openings. It's so important. It's not as important as just being able to play chess and be able to figure stuff out on your own and calculate. That's why I think puzzles and calculation is way more important. Because I did get this line on the board, like the week that I studied it, and I was completely winning. But then in the resulting position, I just made a blunder. I just blundered. I didn't understand the resulting position. I got in time pressure, blundered, and lost the game anyway. So, you know, it's like, yeah, I get these really nice advantages with the openings. But at the end of the day, you got to play chess. So calculation is way more important. That's why I'm going to do calculation later today. But doing these openings like first thing in the morning when I'm not quite awake, I think is fine. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching if you did, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.